I'm all in for a commercial masala Bollywood entertainer if done right. Not only was it a steep climb of a task to remake Kartik Subbaraj's Jigartanda, which was inventive, hilarious, and genre bending in so many ways, but the inclusion of a creator like Farhad Samji, who I think is one of the most overrated creators in the Hindi film industry, that is, if anybody rates him, it really did make me skeptical about this project. How much can a movie piggyback off of Akshay Kumar's star presence, or is it the case that Farhad Samji has finally impressed us with his adaptation and writing skills? After gems like Houseful 3 and Houseful 4, Bachchan Paandey is Farhad Samji's magnum opus that will blow everyone away. I like to manage your expectations and set you back into reality real quick because that is not the case. I also want to clarify one thing. On audiences dismissing Jigar Tanda to be an out-and-out remake of the 2006 South Korean film A Dirty Carnival, they are hugely mistaken. First of all, you wouldn't say that if you watch the original South Korean film because the treatment of both the films is entirely different. Subbaraj in terms of treatment, characters, genre and world building completely changes the world from Dirty Carnival to what became Jigar Tanda. To assume that it is a copy-paste version is definitely reflective of most people having not seen both the films. But what is clear as day is that the Telugu remake that was initially titled Valmiki recreated or at least attempted to recreate Subbaraj's film entirely. And if you have seen all three films, you will realize that Bachchan Paandey has just propped up the best of the worlds of Jigar Tanda and the Telugu remake. Creativity in loosely adapting a film and making it your own is way different than just taking up the best of both worlds and celebrating it as if it's something unique. The characters of Jigar Tanda have been incorporated in Bachchan Paandey with the visual sepia-like tone of the Telugu film. The film focuses on Myra, played by Kriti Sanon, who is inspired to make a story on a real-life gangster, and she stumbles upon the dreaded gangster Bachchan Paandey, played by Akshay Kumar. How the aspiring director and her friend Vishu, played by Arshad Warsi, try to befriend Pandey's gang and ultimately spy on them to extract information forms the foundation of the film. Their plan eventually gets exposed and they get cornered by them, almost to the brink of death, only to lure the violent gangster with the dream that there will be a feature film based on his life. Impressed and chuffed at the very fact that his real life will be showcased on the big screen, the shooting process, the acting lessons, and how the movie finally takes shape forms the basic storyline of Bachchan Paandey. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it in theaters or not. The good. Supporting cast and action set pieces. There are many members of the supporting cast of this film that really ham their way through the horribly written dialogues but seem to create an impression despite the cringe canvas provided to them. I think the combination of Arshad Warsi and Kriti Sanon actually was a pretty cool casting decision. Both of them bounce off of each other really well in this film, but the shoddy writing for both their characters and comedic punchlines is lackluster at best. You can't fault both of them in this movie. There is one action sequence that is shot in the Pushkar Mela as Akshay Kumar combats the bad guys. It's like a 1 versus 20 sequence that has been choreographed and shot really well. Some of the action set pieces in the song Mar Khayega also work well. You might wonder why I haven't spoken about the meticulous one-shot sequence as Akshay Kumar steps out like a badass from a wrecked hospital with bodies lying everywhere. But it's because it has literally been plagiarized from Jason Statham's introductory scene from Fast and the Furious 7. Curious case of Akshay Kumar. I don't know where to start with Akshay Kumar. I give it to him for completely owning in on this rustic nature that a character like Bachchan Paandey requires. A scruffy beard, unkempt hair, and a ruffian in every way. Kumar completely embodies the character's personality of not wanting to impress anyone. However, this film caters to the star more and less to the story, something that is quite the contrary when you look at Bobby Simha's portrayal. This is a scene-to-scene remake of Jigar Tanda and the Telugu remake, and the creative freedom taken by Farhad Samji with the romantic angles actually are the worst part of this movie. In my eyes, Akshay Kumar, of all the leading men in commercial Bollywood cinema, has the best comic timing. I still think that the mid-2000s Akshay Kumar and his phase of Priyadarshan movies can never be topped. But there is a point where quantity really hampers quality, and while Akshay Kumar is lined up for 20 or so films ahead and the failure of any venture won't really affect him, I really hope he seeks out for better storylines rather than just wanting to do a film for the sake of it every 3 months. The only form of sincerity in Bachchan Paandey is when Akshay Kumar shares a heartfelt moment with Seema Biswas. The underwhelming aspects. Misplaced music. The music of this film is really disappointing. I mean, just because B. Prak has great vocals, it doesn't mean that it makes sense to be integrated in every film. I will always stand for the artists that brought us gems like Man Bharya and Teri Mitti, but Meri Jaan is just a promotional piece to present the two actors together and showcase them in a romantic light, contributing actually nothing substantial to the plot of the movie and showcasing an implausible union that no one will ever buy. Sare Bolo Bewafa is just testosterone heavy shouting, going full angry Kabir Singh vibes at a character's love interest's wedding that transitions to become mere shouting. The choreography of all the songs is laughable. A lot of slapping and lungi shaking in one song and caressing one's mustache and eyebrows in another. Maar Khayega is just another extension of the same beats of Knock Knock Tera Baap Aaya, having lost the badass oomph that the original song had that would be placed for every slow motion entry on social media. Honestly, the music acts as just fillers in this film's storyline and completely misses the train of the unique soundtrack presented by Santosh Narayanan in the original film. Listen to Ding Dong and Baby and you'll know why the Tamil film achieved such a cult status in the state of Tamil Nadu. The soundtrack of this film is so underwhelming that they just pick up random hit songs from other movies as well, like Aslam Bhai, Tadap Tadap and Preet, and place it randomly in the film's screenplay. Unnecessary romance. There is one thing to remake Jigar Tanda, and by staying true to the source material and adapting it in a way where it caters to the North Hindi belt where people can shower you with some praise. But when you completely butcher the product by integrating forced romantic subplots, it's when the film totally disconnects with you. The attempt to create an angle of romance between Kriti Sanon and Akshay Kumar is half-baked and fleeting, but the worst has to be the origin story of Bachchhan Paandey and how he meets an NRI, Sophie, in the Pushkar Mela, played by Jacqueline Fernandez. First of all, it's becoming so tiring where we try to compensate for the lack of speaking the Hindi language by certain actors, creating narratives as if they are part of foreign descent, at least partly. This long-running romantic angle contributes nothing to the story other than to portray that Bachchan was actually a man with a good heart and conscience, something that takes away from what made Assault Setu so special in Jigar Tanda. Rather than a man organically feeling how he should be perceived by the people, the Bollywood version force feeds us a romantic storyline to set the notion that our main lead is a good guy. In wanting to check off her bucket list, I never knew that taking a snake out of her pants would be something that she would dream of. ये मूवी जब तक जिगर तांडा को कॉपी कर रही थी ना, तब तक मजा आ रहा था इस पिक्चर में. जब ही लेफ्ट टर्न लिया, फरहाद समजी का ब्रेन चाइल्ड आया, तभी प्रोग्रेशन पूरा खराब हो गया. Cringeworthy choices and dialogues. This is the first time that a character played by Pankaj Tripathi has irritated me. His character teaching acting lessons to the group just drags on and on, developing very little laughter in theatres. The gang members not letting him poop as a subplot was just embarrassing. The saddest part about Bachchan Paandey is that it's not funny, a terrible crime for a movie pitched as a commercial masala entertainer. You have dialogues like "Tujhe momo ke chutney mein dubo ke tere muh mein kela ghusa dunga," which generates zero laughter. Kriti showing her short film only to be told "itna lamba ladki aur itna chota film." Jacqueline Fernandez trying to mouth Hindi dialogues by saying "tumse muh ka laat karke acha laga." The worst I felt in this movie was for Sanjay Mishra, reduced to a role to constantly stammer, and the joke is nothing but him stammering. A legend again reduced to a caricaturist and offensive role. The film has done an awful job at remaking Jigar Tanda, and trust me, when it stays true to the original Tamil film, it shines. But when Farhad Samji and his directorial prowess takes over, this film crashes and burns big time, especially in its second half. The film just presents incessant slapping, spitting and pelvic thrusting that gets exhausting by the 2-hour mark. When someone steps out of the film created in Bachchan Paandey, an extra states in the background, "Array, I'm telling you, this is most comedy pictured this year." I couldn't disagree more. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handles are right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.